Most people will say there are three general class systems here in the UK. We have the upper class, the middle class, and the working class. So the working class is effectively the lower class, right? And the middle class, in my opinion, isn't one monolith. It's split up into further three divisions. I think there's the upper middle class, the proper middle class, and the sort of working middle class. And effectively, the working middle class are kind of, grouped with the working class, to be honest. It's just that they qualify for some other things. All right. And then in my personal opinion, I would put another class on top of the upper class, and I'll call them the elite, because there are people who are upper class who aren't members of the absolute elite. Okay. When you think about the elite, you're thinking about, the royal family and those type of people. All right. So a lot of things in our society here are based on your class. Okay. So there are things that no matter how wealthy you get, you're not permitted to do. Even though it is in 2024 a sort of free society in theory, there are still some things that are inaccessible to people in different classes, right? So there are things that working class people are just not privy to, right? The systems have been set up to favor people in the upper class, the elite, than the people in the middle class and below, right? It's more complicated than that, but that's just like the rough idea of how things are set up. The jobs that you do, the jobs that you can get, the schools that you go, societies that you're able to join, the information that are made available to you, whether or not you own land, all of these things are sort of class related in the UK, even though now in 2024, a lot of those barriers have been broken and things are changing. But, these class systems are centuries old, and they're very, very slow and difficult to change. Now, that paradigm of society is being brought into cryptocurrencies as we speak, and the government is clamping hard on all of the freedoms that we had with our crypto trading, right? Now, I did a similar video to this before, and I got a lot of comments, people saying, oh, why don't you just use a VPN? Why don't you do this? Oh, this and that. I can still do this. I can still do that. Well, you just wait and see what's going to happen. Now, I've already received this email from pretty much every centralized exchange that I use from the UK. And there are 2 points. They say they need to perform an enhanced KYC on me, right? So they want to perform an enhanced KYC that goes beyond the stuff that they've already done. They already have my passport information. They know my address. They have my face, and they know who I am, right? What else do they want? They want to know how much you earn, what do you do, how do you spend your money, what are you thinking, what are your intentions. They want to get to the nitty gritty and figure out what class you should be put into. Now, if you think this is some sort of conspiracy theory, I'm making this up, it says so blatantly in the email that the purpose of the KYC is for customer classification. Okay, so they're going to classify their customers to say, look, this person is from the blah blah class, this person is from this class, this person is from this class. And then the second point is they say that it is to know whether or not the products that they are offering to you is appropriate for your class. So it's basically telling you in blatant black and white that, look, we have products here that are only going to be available to certain classification of people, and products that are not going to be available to classification of people. So basically what they're telling you in blatant black and white is, again, we have a bunch of products, we've classified them, and your ability to access those products is based solely on your classification. I can't tell you how anti-crypto that is. A lot of people are also going to say that, the betting shop example that I gave, or, the spending money on whatever you want on the streets, is based on the fact that these companies are already regulated by the government, that they wouldn't be allowed to exist if the government hadn't regulated them. Fair enough. But once the government has regulated them, they don't stand at the door to check your ID to see who you are as you come in, whether or not you can trade this or buy that. You walk in, you chuck your money in the bin and you leave, right? No one's going to stop you. The difference with cryptocurrencies is the extra freedom that it affords people to make financial progress and move up the social ladder, right? And that is what the government needs to have tight control of. In fact, I feel a bit strange even making this video because I feel like, maybe I'm saying too much. If a crypto product that a centralized exchange offers isn't good for me, then why is it good for someone who has more money than me or in a different classification? Is the product bad or am I bad? So basically, it's not based on whether or not this product is good or bad. It's based on whether or not you are allowed to trade that product or not. You see what I'm saying? Now, they've started this with the centralized exchanges, and this is going to happen with every single decentralized exchange, every single wallet. They're going to go after every single wallet manufacturer. They're going to go after every single, cold wallet, ledger, Trezor. All of those people are not going to be exempt. The government's going to go after them. They're going to get them to do KYC, report on who's bought what. They're going to put code into them to tell them and track everything. I'm telling you, this is where this is going. Every single exchange, everything. They're going to find out who's making what, who's bought what. They're going to have to report. They're going to have to send every transaction that we make. They're going to have to update some of these transactions, that every time we make a transaction, they're going to send some kind of copy to the government somewhere so they can keep a track on what everybody's doing. Already we have legislation that's been put in that every time we move crypto from wallet to wallet from a centralized exchange, the centralized exchange needs to KYC that wallet. So there are wallets that are whitelisted, there are wallets that can be blacklisted. And from the example of what happened to me, for instance, with Uphold, they are able to close your account, seize your account, take control of your money without giving you a reason why. Okay. So I'm going to make a video and update you guys about what's happening with Uphold. I just wanted to give it a bit of time to make sure that I don't make an unfair video about them, but a video is coming. We're going to start seeing products like Vault, products that try to encourage people to bring their money back onto the centralized exchanges, because people are wising up and everyone is taking their money off the exchanges and putting them in private wallets, which is why the government is panicking and going after these private wallets as well. We're going to be hearing about hacks. We're going to be hearing about exploits. We're going to be hearing about people that they've planted into these companies to make mistakes on purpose. Anyway, I'm going to stop the video here because I think maybe I'm saying too much now. Not financial advice, not legal advice, not anything advice, just an enthusiast. And everything I've said in this video, of course, is based on my opinion and my opinion only. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.